Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We're your hosts.
I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brimstone. And man, Day, I'm 50.
You are 50! How was your birthday?
Birthday was good. What do you call it? The birthday was good. I just was.
Yeah.
Thank you for my gifts. You guys
You're
are too
welcome.
nice. I will eat them in hopefully good health. They sent me a bunch of steaks, ladies and gentlemen.
We got some Wagyu going. I love some Wagyu.
Nothing better than Wagyu steaks, so I appreciate that. What do you call it? I was like, what's this? And I opened it. I was like, oh, this is good stuff. Thank you.
For the man who is impossible to buy for.
Listen, I don't know why everybody seems to think that I'm so impossible to buy for. I don't get it. How am I impossible to buy for?
It's just hard. You know what? To be fair, I have a hard time buying for men in general. My husband is very difficult to buy for because, one, if he wants something, he just buys it. So weeks before Christmas, I'll have a list and I'm going down and I'm trying to figure out what he's really going to like. And then he'll show up at home and I'm like, well, I guess I can cross that one off my list because you just went and bought it. So annoying.
Fair enough. Yeah,
but I'm just I'm not great at figuring shit out. I have to write it down in a notepad. If I think of something throughout the year, I legit have a notepad that says Christmas gifts for Joe. And throughout the year, if I think of something, I put it on there so that I can have smart Christmas gifts for him. Otherwise, he's getting a big old fuck you.
And that's what everybody says. Everybody says about me. They're like, well, either you have it already, or if you don't really want it or need anything, that it's not something you want, or somebody and they just send it to you, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you don't want to get somebody something that they're not going to use, right? I don't want to send somebody something that is just going to be junk in their house because they didn't really want it just for the sake of sending something.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my husband. I always think that I'm getting him a good gift and then it sits in a corner collecting dust for a year. And then I claim it as my own. So I get myself gifts.
Well, that's even better. You start working on some better gifts for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the stress here. Here you go, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But this, I can't. No, it's for you.
Well, I got him one of those sauna blankets. It's you can put your whole body in it and you zip it up and it's like a personal sauna.
Oh.
And it is still sitting in the box, never used. It is August. I got it for him in December.
Wow.
It wasn't cheap either.
In all fairness, though, you are in California where it's hot all the time. It's perpetually hot there.
But he loves a sauna. He was talking about how he wanted a sauna. I wish that we had a sauna. So I was like, well, this is perfect because we don't have a sauna.
Okay.
And those cost $10,000.
Right.
So it's not like plus I'd end up getting the wrong one or something like that. He'd be like, why'd you get this one? So, yeah, I thought I was doing something good. I wasn't. He hates it. He hates me.
Oh, he does not. He loves you and he loves his
If he
little
loved
sauna
me,
thing.
he would be in his sauna blanket.
Well, I guarantee you after he listens to this, he's going to walk in the room in the little sauna blanket and you're going to be like, oh, that's so sweet.
No,
right?
fuck that. I'm going to get it today. I'm going to lay in it in our room. Be like, it's my sauna blanket now.
It's mine now, bitch. You had your chance to wear it. Now it's mine. I own it now. I own you and I own this blanket. Thank you. Snap, snap, snap.
That's right.
Anyway, so the whole family basically is in. What do you call it? Samantha and her boyfriend Kenny came in on my birthday, and what do you call it? And then Dylan and obviously Haley, so all the kids are here, and I have not had a minute to kind of just chill, since my birthday because it's been go 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 go.
Yeah.
And driving a lot, and that
Mm-hmm.
being said, driving a lot, there's a lot of a-holes on the road. Like a lot
Welcome.
more
There's a
than
lot of a-holes in America.
this is
That is
true.
the whole
This is true.
country
So,
and the world.
yeah,
I don't want to limit it to just America.
this is true. This is true. But like I try to be really good, when I'm driving. I don't lose my ish too often, because unless I'm really like I have to get somewhere, like I'm, and then somebody's
Uh-huh.
impeding my progress. But
Right.
there was yesterday, I was coming back, what do you call it, and in traffic,
Uh-huh.
and the whole car is packed, so everybody's in my Fiat, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So yes, I have a lot of room in my Fiat, but it's packed, everybody's in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, all right, I'm tired, I've been going all day, I want to just get home and and kind of just relax.
Yeah.
So, I was trying to get my way through the traffic. And you know how, like, I mean, yeah, it's still like that in California. But you know how, like, if the oncoming ramps, you can, kind of, because it's a dotted line, you're allowed to go into the right and
Mhm.
move forward and get off, and get back onto the parkway.
Yeah.
So, on occasion when I had the opportunity to get off, I'd make the right, I'd get into that lane, I'd, pull up as far as I could, and then you go to come back in. So every time you come back in, there's always going to be that asshole jackass who like is like, well, no,
I'm
we're not
not
moving
letting you
anyway, and I'm
in.
not going to let you in. This is
Yeah.
my spot. I'm not going
Uh-huh.
to let you in because another car in front of me. Oh, that's a problem, even though
Yeah.
there's 5,000 in front of you. So, the common courtesy is when that happens, you let one car go, then you go, then the next
Totally.
car lets it go. It's
Yeah.
just common courtesy, just as if I was getting onto the parkway. So
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know that I was coming from, on the parkway
Right.
already. So that being said, what do you call it? This one jackass decides that he's going to not let me in, and he just keeps pushing up like he's gonna, hit my car.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, well, if you hit my car, I'm gonna
Hit
sue
it.
you and I'm gonna kick
I
your
dare
ass.
you.
Yeah. So I went zoop, and I pulled right in front of him, so he
Uh-huh.
had to stop. So then he must have been all ass hurt that I beat him at his stupid little game. And
Mm-hmm.
as I'm driving, this guy comes pulling to the left and starts flipping me the bird. I'm like, now, all right. The way I feel about flipping the bird is like, oh boy, you threw it. Oh, it's a finger. You have a
Ooh.
finger too?
Ooh, you're
I
such
have
a big
fingers. Oh my goodness, you're
boy.
hurting my feelings. But I also am like, you just pissed me off, bro, because you pulled up on purpose just to try to F with me and throw
Mm.
your finger up and then pull off like a big tough guy. Okay, buddy. So I start flying up, what do you call it, to where they are.
Oh
And
no,
and everybody is
Brim.
like, uh-oh,
Oh
like, no,
no.
just leave it be, leave it be. So I roll down the window and I go, and I'm out the window and I'm like, oh, so you're a tough guy, huh? You're a tough guy? Come on, tough guy. Come on, give me the finger again. You got you're tough guy with the finger. You know what I mean? Come on. You
Uh-huh.
got, and the guy's like getting out his phone like he's gonna go call the police or video me or some crap
Uh-huh.
like that. And I'm like, if you can't handle the heat, you know what I mean, then
So
don't
so
sit and
you're
start the
trying to get
fire.
ahead of it because you're about to end up on TikTok or something. You're you're gonna be the viral guy on TikTok.
Yeah, no, he was like a little bit, he had to be a little older than me. Maybe he was, I don't know if he was the same age, who knows, but not a small guy, you know what I mean? Like he
Mm-hmm.
would look like he was a bigger guy. I don't care. So you think you're a tough guy till you saw who you're flipping the finger off at. You know what I mean? And then you go, spaghetti-o. This guy's gonna kick the snot out of me, and now I feel unsafe because I'm a, what's the opposite of a Karen? What's the guy again?
A Chad.
A Kevin? A Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
No, Chad's just the stupid name. Kevin. No offense, Chads.
Sorry,
What do you call
Chads
it?
of the world.
Yeah, but Kevin, I'm pretty sure it's Karen and a Kevin. So it's like, oh, now you're gonna be a little Kevin and you're gonna try to film me. Oh, you little bitch. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And so everybody's like, just stop, just stop, just stop. Like, what is he gonna do? Pull out a gun and shoot me? Okay, like,
Possibly.
uh,
That is something that happens
it
in this
does, it
world.
does, it does. But like, I'm faster than a speeding bullet. Anyway, that
You know
being
what I do
said,
when somebody flips me off?
what?
I smile really big and wave at them. I'm like, oh my God, yeah.
That's funny.
I do
Hi,
and it
I'm
pisses
number
them
one. Thank
off
you.
so bad because I refuse to engage in stuff like that. Like I am the person that lets everybody go. I'm like, go ahead. You are clearly in a hurry. You go ahead. But if somebody flips me off for any reason, I always go.
That's so funny. That's funny. Yeah. So okay. So I'm not even done yet.
Oh boy.
So this guy. So I just like, all right, I'll just get away from it before I throw hands and have to knock somebody's freaking head off. So I pull off and I pull to the right. So then after I pull to the right, I go and I get off onto the side again, and I
Mm-hmm.
pull up and I pull, back on. And now again, another freaking jackass in an SUV this time is like pushing like up to my what, I don't know if it's called the quarter panel or whatever, the front, like his bumper is about to come into like my tire, and I'm like, I'm going, and I kept going, and the guy had to stop. So then he was all bent out of shape. I'm like, bro,
Did you
don't
get
get me
another
started.
finger?
I don't know. I don't know because he didn't pull up next to me, or maybe he
Uh,
realized it. It's like it's just so stupid, man. I don't understand people and their like I wasn't getting road rage, but I was getting a little bit of road rage.
mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me hot, man. Don't get me hot. And the thing is like I can usually talk my way, scare the crap out of somebody before I have to get physical. But if I have to get physical, man, it's not going to end pretty. Why
Yeah.
why do you have to push me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be pushed. You don't want to be hurt, right?
No,
You know.
no.
Anyways,
I
so
recommend.
that was my little
Yeah. Your
my
first
little
fight of your 50s.
yeah, my first fight of my 50s, back-to-back morons in vehicles, and it was not very pleasant. I was very annoyed about that. But that being said, we got a little more news on that whole Disney deal that we've been following.
Yeah. Yeah,
You want to
this
talk
is
about it?
the doctor
Mm-hmm.
who was served food that she was allergic to and she ended up dying and then Disney had to go be a douchebag.
You should see your neck moving right
Mm,
now. You got all the
mm,
movements.
and said that they were trying to get the what was it with the court case thrown out, the $50,000 that he was asking for thrown out because he signed up for Disney Plus.
Right, because somewhere in Disney Plus it says that you waive the right to arbitration or some kind of garbage like that or whatever, against the company, and so now apparently Disney's reversing that course,
Oh,
and what do you call it?
really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I just I could have seen that coming a mile
They
away.
had to. They had to because people were pissed. It's not like this guy was asking for $50 million or anything.
Right,
He was asking for $50,000. And now
50,000.
Disney's like, we think that the right thing to do would not be fucking dickheads about it. You think,
Right.
Disney? You think?
Yeah, yeah. This is, I mean, I don't understand why they would have done that to begin. Again, I don't think it was the corporation. I think it was the attorneys for the corporation that
Oh,
just decided,
here's
okay, we're going to move this direction.
Yeah, here's the statement. At Disney, we strive to put humanity above all other considerations. Yeah, now that the people are pissed off about it. With such unique circumstances as the one in this case, we believe the situation warrants a sensitive approach to expedite a resolution for the family who have experienced such a painful loss.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And who
Well, too
who's
late, Disney.
who was that from? That, like, do we know
That was the
who?
Disney statement that
Okay.
was
The chairman
the
of Disney
chairman of
Experiences.
Disney. Yeah.
And the thing is, the company was waiving its right to arbitration. Okay,
Mhm.
that's great.
Now they are.
You know, the fact is that, you know, one, they more than have the money. Two,
Mhm.
Disney was in the wrong. It wasn't
Mhm.
Disney itself, but it was someone under the Disney umbrella who works for them who should have known better. And it was not just one, it was multiple people. The woman, and they have it on camera. They have it. They have
Mm.
the footage
Yeah.
showing that the woman and the husband were saying back and forth, "Hey, are you sure that there's not this or whatever in it, blah blah blah, there's allergies." And Disney supposedly prides itself on making sure that if you say that there's an allergy, you know what I mean? And so that they are very,
That they
very
paid
much
attention to it?
right. And apparently it fell on deaf ears, or they were so annoyed by the time that, back and
Whoever
forth
that
being asked
waiter
100 times. It
was.
was either the waiter or the chef, one or the other,
Mhm.
and it could have been either way. It could have been as simple as the waiter went and picked up food that thought it was theirs, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Or the
Totally.
chef could have just not realized it and sent it out. But I'm
Right.
pretty sure, and I could be mistaken, I'm pretty sure that anything there that is made for people with allergies, there's like a flag or something put into it
Yeah.
that says or that
Indicates.
explains that there's it's for allergies. But
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. I think this was a big stupid move on Disney's part to have done this to begin with, because all it did was give awful publicity
Yep.
that nobody needed to see. And I think that they could have nipped it at the bud, even made an offer to do the right thing by the family before they sued.
No, they waited until the everybody got pissed off and the whole bad publicity really took off. They were not expecting it to spiral like it did. It caught fire and it went wild. And
Mhm.
they were not expecting that. People were mad because Disney, you make $50,000
In a
wiping your
minute.
ass,
Yeah. Not more in less than a minute, in a couple of
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah,
And they were just
it's
being
ludicrous.
assholes about it. So now all of a sudden they seem to have found their conscience and they're
Well,
like,
no,
yeah.
no, no. They didn't find anything. They found that this is going to cause more issues if they
Mhm.
continue it, and they better stop quick,
Yeah.
fast, and
Yeah.
in a
Their
hurry.
PR team was like, crisis.
Disney is very much like old school WWF, WWE when it was WWF, where there are people. One of them who was a friend of mine. I'm not going to get into it, but they would just, if bad things happen, they would do whatever they needed to do in order to cover it up
Uh-huh.
and to make sure that everything was taken care of, people were taken care of, simply to make sure that it would not go to get to a point where it was like this, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And out in the open where everybody's got an opinion on it, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them.
Yep.
And, and so WWF, I mean, Vince would have his people say, figure it out and pay people off or whatever. So this way,
I think that's
go to bed quietly.
in a lot of places that
Right.
happens, there's always the cover up.
Disney
Um
does it.
yeah, fuck yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't understand this. You know how well you and I did this about a year ago. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? About how many Disney secrets there are,
Yeah.
how many deaths have happened there, and people
Yep.
don't realize it because it's not publicized as much as it was,
Yep.
because they quickly grabbed it and made it happen. You know what I mean? Did whatever they
There are
needed.
people that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to cover shit up for big companies and corporations.
Yeah,
There's
there's
job titles out there
this is true.
specifically for that.
The cleanup crew. What do you
Mhm.
call it? I know one guy who needs one of those cleanup crews right now, because apparently there was this dude who went as far as hiring an escort and
Uh-huh.
then supposedly did nothing with the escort. I don't know if
Oh,
this is your story,
he
but
just donated to the escort?
yeah.
That's so kind of him. What a gentle, kind, loving, compassionate human. No,
So what's
so
the dilly? What's the deal on this?
this woman has taken to the internet. She has been with this man for 10 years.
Wow.
and recently married. Now,
Okay.
she in the past has had problems with his social media behavior. She found
Hmm.
that he had subscribed to OnlyFans, which she was obviously pissed about.
Oh,
And
sure.
he said, "Oh, I won't do any of that anymore. No more OnlyFans for me. The only fan I want is you, baby."
There you go.
And so she finds out that he hired an escort, but he swears that he didn't do anything with this escort.
So, do we figure out how he found out, how she found out rather, that he hired, or we don't
I
know?
think she just said like coincidentally found out. I don't know.
Right.
My guess is that doesn't trust him and she was going through his phone.
Okay.
That's my assumption. Um, but his reasoning for hiring the escort, and this makes me want to punch him right in his dick. He said he didn't have sex for 2 weeks. She was on her period, and he really wanted to have sex, and he doesn't have an emotional attachment to sex. So he just hired an escort. But then he didn't do anything with her.
Wow.
He came to his senses and he didn't do anything with her. And this poor woman is like, should I believe him? What do you think, Brim? Do you think that she should believe him?
No. No. First of all, if you're going, I mean, again, I've never hired an escort, so I've got to believe, like, I don't think that they're probably inexpensive. They're probably a lot of money.
Yeah,
I mean, what kind of an escort? I'm assuming it's a sex
it's a
court,
sex
whatever,
worker. Yeah,
because they're coming to do it. Because okay, so an escort could go either way. It could be somebody that somebody hires to bring them out to look like a piece of arm candy, and then they go out with them for the night or whatever.
sure.
Um, or then there's the somebody who's a sex worker who's going to do
Well, it appears that
all the stuff and
this
things.
escort wasn't going to a party. He had arm candy to take to a party. This
Okay.
escort was just going to a hotel room.
They would just go in a hotel room to get some,
Yes.
so he could get
To,
whatever
to
he was
have a
going to get.
chat. They were
I've
just
I,
talking.
I've got to believe that that he spent a lot of money on that.
Uh huh.
And the guy's obviously got some kind of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a serious issue. And look, there are plenty of people I'm sure that have no attachment to sex, but I mean, I personally couldn't.
Yeah, but if you're in a marriage, you better have an attachment to sex,
Right,
like it better be with
right.
that attachment is your wife.
I just find that so it's just so weird.
Yeah.
I find it so weird that so she has her period, so what?
It,
Like
yeah.
I,
Well, you know what? I mean, to be fair, maybe she didn't want to have sex on her period. I get that. I understand it. So, I mean, but still, if my husband said to me, "Oh, I need to have sex," or I'm going out and getting an escort, I'd be like, get some divorce papers while you're at it. I'll
right,
have
right.
sex when I want to have sex.
Well, but if he would have said to her, look, I'm feeling a little, you know what I mean, or whatever, maybe she would have done something else. You know what I mean?
Maybe she would have, maybe she wouldn't have. Who knows? The
Who
point
knows?
is, fucking get your shit under control. You have a
Well, yeah.
hand, go jerk off.
Oof. It's just see your face when you watch this.
This one got me fired. Ugh.
It's, you got a hand and go figure it out.
Yeah,
Wow.
go
Okay.
explore yourself, okay?
Go explore yourself. Well, I got a question for you, and this is all seriousness.
Hmm.
If what do you call it? If if a guy is married and he goes and he diddles himself, is that considered cheating?
No,
Why? What is he
because
using
it's
to diddle himself?
himself.
What is he using to diddle himself?
What do you mean? His hand?
Right, but he's watching something in order to do it. He's not just sitting there daydreaming. He's looking at some kind of porn. So isn't that him technically fantasizing about doing it with somebody else?
Listen, don't want to get into the ins and outs of all
I'm
of that.
just saying,
I personally
I haven't diddled
don't
myself.
think that masturbation, whether you're looking at something or you're not, is cheating. My
There are
husband
women
watches
out
porn. I'm
there.
like, you fucking go for it.
There
Oh,
are
I know
women
there
out
are.
there
Those
who,
women are called insecure.
if you're looking at porn, they will lose their shit. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So, there are plenty of women out there like that.
There are,
So,
for sure. But
I'm
here's
just
the thing.
saying.
It has to go both ways. Like,
Right.
if Joe can look at porn and handle business, I can look at porn and handle business.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
never do anything that doesn't go both ways because I don't want to be a hypocrite about stuff.
Fair enough.
So, like I personally don't think that that would be considered cheating. I do think though that if you hire an escort, that'd be
You
cheating.
keep going back. Going back. I know it. I know it
That'd be
is.
cheating.
I think it's messed up. I think it's wrong. I think that it's a big waste of money. Like I guess okay, hold on a minute. Just to take a step back. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was you who told me the story that you have a friend who said that they don't want any attachment. They just want to have sex and and then they use sex workers. Didn't you tell me about that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
Yep.
I mean, I guess but the difference is this other dude is married. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Big,
that's what the big
huge
huge difference.
difference. Glaring
Wow.
difference.
Wow. I mean, I, the guy better get some kind of help because otherwise that marriage is done.
Doomed.
Unless it's done already. I mean, are they
Could
still
be.
together?
Could be. I don't know. The thing is, she didn't sound in her online replies like she wanted to get divorced, but she also is clearly very hurt by it. And
Mhm.
she's like, do I want to live like this? It feels like she's probably working through a lot. Like, do you want to continue in a relationship where you obviously can't trust him?
Right.
Or do you want to do the scary thing and fucking bounce?
Well,
Both are
right here,
scary.
she says it. She says, what do you call it? She added that he's always insisted sex is just sex for him and doesn't involve feelings. Like but she's always thought of it as an important emotional, and it's
Yeah,
true. It's
totally.
very true. You have to like look, when I was younger and I was not in relationships, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or whatever, yeah, sure, I get it. But even then, you know what I mean, you got to have some kind of feels, you know what I mean? Like some
Yeah.
kind of feeling. Otherwise, you are not emotional whatsoever, and I don't think that's good partner material,
Yeah. Yep.
you know?
As agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Wow. Meanwhile, in this whole thing, what I think is kind of funny. Woman's missing husband returns to Vegas hotel room with $6,000 in strip club charges. He says he didn't make.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I didn't. $6,000? Me? What?
What had happened was
That's what it is, Day. That's what it is. That's why this other guy was with this guy, and he did hire him, but there was no sex in the champagne room. So since there was no
no,
sex in the champagne room, they did not go any further.
no idea where that glitter came from. No clue
Oh my
how that
God.
got there.
That is hilarious. Oh my Lord. Meanwhile, with like all this crazy shit, that like just seeing things like this. Oh my God, woman not buying husband's excuse for still having nudes of ex on phone.
Ooh.
Anyway, so back to what I was just saying. Like Haley has been wrapped up in watching the Kardashians. So
Uh-huh.
it's been like on like nonstop. I
Yeah.
think there's a whole channel on Samsung, so she just is watching. And oh my God, some of the crap that they're like that they're doing with the guys, like the secrets. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, like that moron that Kim Kardashian was married to. I can't remember his name, Chris or something. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
basketball player
He was
maybe.
a basketball player.
So he, what do you call it? Was
She's
like,
only
oh,
married to him for like 3 months or something too.
yeah,
It was
like
super
stupid,
short.
stupid short. He's like, oh, well, they said don't have a party here. And he goes, well, I'm having a party anyway. They're never gonna know. You know what I mean? They're never gonna know. Meanwhile, you're being filmed. You're on television. You flip
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll
What's wrong
never.
with you?
Who's gonna know?
Who's
Nobody will
gonna
know.
know? Who's gonna know? Like, of course, of course. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Uh,
um,
well, we went down a rabbit hole of secrets, but you know what we got? We got a little old school
we
secret
did,
here
we
that made me
did.
so excited. And I think that any of our listeners that have been with us for a long time now, they will know the name Jalapeno Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a
Jalapeno
little
girl,
update from
she's
our girl.
back.
Yeah. Do you want to read it
I can read it if you
or do you
want.
want
You
me to
can.
read it?
I mean, if you don't want to hear about diddling, and you don't want to read it, I can read it. It
I'll
says,
read it.
"Hey, Dayna and Brim, long time since I've written in." Oh, it was a rhyme. Did you hear that? It was a rhyme. Dayna
Aw.
and Brim, long time since I've written in. See, I've
She could be a
missed you guys.
rapper.
Life has been so busy. I hope all is well. This is a little long, but I thought it was good time for a dirty little secret since I can never admit this to anyone else ever. Oh,
Just all of our listeners.
just all of our listeners, but they don't know who she is.
They
We
don't
know
know who
who
she
she is.
is.
They don't know who she is. What do you call it? So, where am I? There I am with nothing. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait. There it is. So today I effed up. After getting out of the shower this afternoon, I decided to get my little rose toy out and have some spicy fun with myself before
Mhm.
getting fully dressed. I was trying to hurry and also be quiet as my daughter was home. So there I am with nothing but a bra and t-shirt, sitting on the edge of my bed, right leg on the floor and left leg perched up on the bed with the right arm bearing my weight, with the left arm holding the rose. Notice how she's very, very detailed with this.
Very specific. I like it.
Very detailed, very demure.
I can picture it.
Um,
I can see it.
let's
Very
see.
mindful.
Very mindful, very demure. It was going great, although not in the most comfortable position, when I got a blinding pain in my neck and head right after an orgasm. This pain was nothing I had ever felt in my life. I immediately stopped and tried to focus, dried the bottom half of my body off, and got my pants on. The pain was a 10 out of 10.
Oh my
My
God.
neck was so stiff that I was unable to turn it all at all, and my head itself felt like it may explode. I genuinely was scared that I had a brain aneurysm. I somehow made it into the living room because I couldn't open my eyes hardly either because of the pain, and told my daughter she needed to drive me to the hospital. You take it from there.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm like, I have to find where we are though, because I wasn't reading along with
Oh,
you.
I can continue if you want. I just figured I'd share.
um, They had to come get me out of the car with a wheelchair, and I just told them it hurt to open my eyes or talk, and my neck was very stiff with a high level of pain.
Mm-hmm.
They get my vitals, of course, and the doctor orders CT scans on my head and neck to make sure I hadn't had a brain aneurysm or any clots or anything. I was all cleared, given medicine, and sent home. So basically, my orgasm sent me to the ER. Staff was concerned that I had a brain aneurysm. I figured out that I had just pinched a nerve really badly due to the position I was in. And no, I didn't tell them what I was doing to cause this. Whoever said 40 was the new 30 lied, at least in my case.
That was fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh, jalapeno girl.
I missed her so much. And the fact that you sent yourself to the ER after pinching a nerve from an orgasm, that must have been one hell of an orgasm.
Yeah, she must have really, really was like, ah, like, my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Oh my lord, literally, it's jalapeno girl, great balls of
Yeah,
fire.
great balls of fire. Yeah,
Wow, wow,
that was amazing.
That's just amazing. I don't know.
I
It
think
sounds
it's probably you're not the first person that has sent themselves to the ER from an orgasm, and you won't be the last. There is a community of people that relate to you. I am not one of them, but I mean,
the way you just said that was classic. I will just yeah.
I have yet to go to the ER for an orgasm.
Wow.
There's still time though. I have lots of life left to live.
I mean, look, I guess if it was a really good orgasm, is it worth it? Would you do to go to the hospital if, if the orgasm was that intense that, like, oh my God, life-changing orgasm?
She's just at the ER 4 times a week.
But then at the end of the day, could you ever achieve, pleasure again if you were sent to the hospital by such a mind-blowing orgasm that,
Uh-huh.
like nothing's ever going to change that.
You're just
Nothing's
chasing
ever
the
going to be better.
dragon for the rest of your life.
That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. It's like going from me to somebody else. It'll never work.
Yeah.
Never work. You
Sorry,
can't go
Danielle.
you can't go from the best to the rest ever. It just doesn't work.
You don't
You
want
know
to go
what I mean?
backwards. You don't want to go backwards.
Anyway, I digress. But that's about all the stuff we have this week.
So good. So good.
Really, really cool. What do you call it? If you guys have the chance, if you guys are doing any day trips, if you're in the tri-state area, I just posted yesterday on the Brim blog on my official website about Sleepy Hollow in Tarrytown to give you a
Oh,
couple of places
fun.
to go check out. Sleepy Hollow Cemetery and what do you call it? The Lyndhurst Mansion and some other good stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, please do. Other than that, I guess this is the first new show of my 50s, and I look forward to many, many, many more.
It was a good one. It was a good first
Day,
show for you.
you want to let everybody know the one secret of the one rule rather of the Dirty Little Secrets Club?
Yes, guys, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We appreciate you guys. We thank you so much for tuning in every single week. We love you guys. Mwah. Especially you, Jalapeno Girl. Have a good one. See you soon. Next week, God willing.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.